This is the Coleman Instant Up 4P Gold Series tent. It is a little beauty. I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to pack it away today. Let's get started.
Hit it.
We're in a shady spot down here today at the Brown Hill Creek Tourist Park. Just 50 minutes from the city, not far from the beach, at the base of the Adelaide Hills. It's in Adelaide's eastern suburbs, and they've given us some space today to go through some of our products for you. What I've got in front of me here now is the Coleman Instant Up Gold 4-person tent. I'm going to show you how to set it up and pack it away today. When you buy it, this is how it comes in the bag. It weighs about 15 kilos, measures about 112 centimeters in length, 24 centimeters high and about 24 centimeters deep. Before I set it up, I'll show you what comes in the bag. So inside the bag for your Instant Up Gold 4P TNT, you get the main tent. This is the inner and the frame all combined as one. This is your fly sheet here. Now you do get a removable awning with this as well that goes on both sides of the tent. In this instance, it's actually attached to the fly here, but we'll show you more about that later. You get a bag of pegs. They're light duty pegs. You will benefit from adding, say, 4 to 6, possibly up to 8 heavier duty pegs to your kit. There's 5 awning poles in here, 2 for the front awning and 3 for the side. There's one longer one so you can create a peaked awning on the side. You get some extra guy ropes. There's some straps to tie it all up together, and this is a little doormat. I'll show you that later. Now the first thing I need to do to set it up is put this stuff aside, grab the inner tent, spread it out. Because there's no wind here today, I can pop all the poles up in place and put the pegs in after. Now if I just let the poles just fall to the side here, don't force them. Before I pull it out too much further, I just want to work out where my door is. So I can see that the entry is on this side here. I want my door to face this way, so I'm just going to twist the tent around a little bit. And then I can gradually spread these out and pop these poles into place. First thing I need to do is just grab each of these and invert the knuckles. I'll just spread it out a little bit. If it was windy, I'd want to put some pegs in place now so that this doesn't blow away. It's not windy, so I can put it straight up. All I need to do now is extend these poles out until the button appears in this little hole here. That's the frame of our Instant Up 4P, all set up. I'll put 4 pegs in the corners now, then I can grab the fly and throw it over the top. So just going to get the orientation of my fly right before I throw it over the top. Now there's only one doorway, so know that this brown panel here with the zips that go right to the bottom are the doors, so that goes on this side here. So I'll let that sit on there. I'll grab the other side and I'll throw it over and sort of work it into place. So I've got the fly roughly in place there. Before I attach it at the bottom, there's 3 attachment points on each pole that we need to put in place to attach it to the frame, to the inner frame. So up underneath here we've got 1, 2, and right at the top is the 3rd Velcro tab that we need to put around the inner frame. Once you put the last one on, we just grab this plastic clip at the bottom here, which goes into the D-ring on the base of the inner tent. We do all 4 of those attachment points on each corner. And you may find you need to undo the clip at the bottom on the opposite corner. I found I couldn't lift this fabric up high enough without doing up the clip on that bottom corner to be able to get to this top tab here. So don't force it, just undo it so you can get them all done up. So now I've got all the attachment points on the corners and each corner of the fly clipped to the inner. I can go around and put all the pegs in at the base of the fly. Now there's 1 at the rear, there's 3 on each side for the circle ventilation, and then I need 2 pegs at the front for the vestibule as well. And this bit of fabric here is the removable awning. This can go on either side of the tent. I'll set that up shortly for you. I just need to hold it out the way. It did come attached to the fly. Just hold it out the way while I peg these in. Now these little vents here are for what's called Coleman circle ventilation. I'll show you the vent inside shortly, but if we peg that out, it just allows a bit more airflow inside the tent. I've got 2 more pegs to put in for the vestibule around the front here. Now I'll mention the ground sheet that I'm using here today. This is a 2.44 by 3.6 meter or thereabouts ground sheet. Now it's a little bit longer than the tent, and what I'm going to find is when I go to put this peg in here, it's going to go through the ground sheet. And I've got 2 options here. I could get an eyelet kit and put an eyelet through the ground sheet, or all I'm going to do today is fold this up over the top or underneath like this if I like, and put the peg in on the outside of it. Now I'm going to put all the guy ropes in. There's 4 of them in total on the side. It's really important that we use these all the time. It's got nice big flat sides which creates room inside, but it does catch the wind. If we put all these in, put them a fair way out from the tent, as far out as you can like this. Don't put them in close by, right out so they give lots of support for the tent and you won't have any dramas. Now that's the main portion of the tent set up. While I'm on the side here, I'll mention these windows. There's 1 at the rear and 1 of these on each side. We can actually roll these right up if we want, leave them closed. So when they're closed like this, they offer storm protection. When they're rolled up like this, obviously they offer ventilation. We can use a couple of extra pegs on these guy ropes also to peg them out as small awnings like this over the window, which gives us a bit of shade while allowing ventilation. I'm just going to roll it up for now though. And the other elements we can set up on this tent is the awning at the front using the included awning poles. And there's also the removable awning that was on the other side of the tent that we can actually put on either side that we want. There's a zipper along the top of this window here that allows that awning on the other side to be zipped either out this side or out that side. I'm going to zip it off there and put it this side for you shortly, and we can create a peaked shaded area on this side of the tent. I'll set the front one up first though. There you go, 5 steel awning poles with your Instant Up Gold 4P tent. And one of them is longer than the others. We need 2 of the shorter ones for this awning at the front here. So our front storm closure here, I'm going to extend out as a shaded entry to our tent. The other 3 we use for the side awning to create a peak in the middle. So the long one will go in the middle and the 2 shorter ones on each side. That is the Coleman Instant Up 4P person pretty much all set up. I've got the longer awning pole in the middle here. I do get another guy rope. It's probably beneficial to also put this guy rope on to pull this out like this and create a nice flat awning there, and the water runs off of it as well. It's got an angle. And that is the Coleman Instant Up 4P tent all set up apart from a couple of accessories, and that is the doormat, which is this guy here. Now, I don't really need it because I've used a ground sheet, but I could peg this out on the front here if I didn't have a ground sheet, just to wipe my feet on. There's 6 peg points around the sides. And something I didn't mention before was this little gear loft. Now, this goes up inside the tent here. Up the top might be a bit dark in here at the moment. So there's 4 attachment points for these little plastic clips to hook onto, and it creates a little loft for us to store our gear in up high in the tent. And that's it, we're all done. That's the Coleman Instant Up 4P Gold all set up. I've got shelter on 2 sides. We're ready to set up camp on the inside. That was easily done by myself. It's easy to pack up by myself as well. I'll show you how to do that. First thing I'll do is take all the pegs out. I just use a little bit of common sense when you're taking down your Coleman Instant Up tent. Most people will damage their tent when they're taking it down in the wind, and that's usually because they don't have a think about it. Leave some pegs in place if it is windy so the wind doesn't pick it up and take it to someone else's campsite and you end up with a damaged tent. So we just got to pull the clips off each corner, and remember to undo the Velcro tabs around the frame underneath, and also go around and make sure all the flaps on your windows are closed up. It's going to make folding the fly a lot easier. One little tip I've got for trying to make it easier to fold your fly sheet is to firstly, down one side of the tent, make sure it's up over the side of the frame so it can't catch. And then I grab roughly the center point of each side, I walk around the middle here, and I find the very peak of the tent, and I grab the middle. You can usually tell where it is because all the fabric crosses here. I grab that point as well, gather it together, and then I try and find the same center point on the other side here. So it's between my 2 tie points here. Now, if I pull that off, as I lay it down, it kind of automatically folds in half, provided it doesn't get too caught up on the tent there. And it doesn't take too much effort then to get the fly folded in half so it neatly goes back in the bag. The more time we spend getting these fabrics flat at the moment, the easier it is to kind of fit it back in the bag with the rest of the tent. Now it's really calm here now, so I pulled all 4 corners out of the pegs. I don't have to worry about wind. All I need to do now to lower the tent is go to each corner and push our silver button here to allow the legs to collapse. Don't force it just yet, just let it sit. We'll do it on all 4 corners, and the tent will lower to the ground. Now I've got all 4 legs lowered, so the tent's as low as it will go. All I need to do now is invert these knuckles backwards like this. The tent will then fall to the ground, and I can gather the corners up into the middle and roll it up. Now I've got all 4 poles gathered in the middle here. Now you could always benefit from an elastic strap or something to go around this now just to hold them in place, because otherwise you need to use your hand to hold them all. Now if you just take a little bit of time now just to stretch these fabrics out on the side here or flatten them out a bit, it's going to make rolling the tent up so much easier. So I'll get these flat, and then I can lay it down on its side, and then I'll get these ones out as well. You just take a little bit of time to fold this so it sits as flat as you can. It's going to make getting it back in the bag so much easier. All I need to do now is roll it up, get the fly, and put it all back in the bag. Now you can roll the fly up inside the tent if you like. That's how it came when it was new. I actually find it easier just to pack this up like this and then roll the fly up around next to it. that is how you set up and pack away the Coleman Instant Up 4P Gold Series tent. It went back in the bag reasonably easily. If I was to do it again, I'd probably fold it up slightly differently, the fly a different shape, because there's more space at one end than the other after you put the inner in there, but I got it in easily by myself. You can grab these online at snowies.com.au, lowest prices every day. Thanks for watching, I hope it was useful. We'll see you next time. If you like that video, folks, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our latest and greatest information. Got any questions? Let us know in the comments below. Give us a like or check out our other Instant Up videos like these ones down here.